Hey everybody, I'm here today to tell you about 8 winter driving hazards to be aware of for safer driving. In this video, I'll be going over 8 driving hazards that commonly appear in the winter. Now, without further ado, let's get right into the video. Driving hazard number 1 for the winter is snow falling from the sky. So obviously in the winter it snows, and when it's snowing outside, when snow is actually falling from the sky, it's actually a hazard for your visibility, because your visibility is going to be significantly less than it would be on a regular day where you can see clearly all around your car. So when it's snowing, your visibility is limited and the visibility of other drivers is also limited. So it's something that you should be aware of so that you can obviously correct for it and leave a greater following distance and so forth. Winter driving hazard number 2, snow flying off from other cars. Now, the majority of people, when they clean the snow from their cars, they clean the snow from the windows and the windshields, and then they leave the snow everywhere else. And when they start driving, usually the snow stays in place. But then as they actually continue driving, the snow ends up falling and flying off of their car and just getting sort of blown around in the wind. And that is similar to the snow falling from the sky, but it can actually take you by surprise. Because when it's actually snowing outside, you know that it's snowing and you can take the right precautions. But when you're driving and all of a sudden a big gust of snow just goes in your visibility, you're not prepared for it and you have to react really quickly. Winter driving hazard number 3 is ice on the road. Now, ice can be on the road and it can obviously cause you to lose traction and it can make the road very slippery, okay? Now, your tires come into contact with the road, and if it's dry pavement, then you're more likely to not lose control. But the moment that you hit ice, or the moment that, the ice is under your tires, where the area where your tires meet the road, is the moment that you might lose control and you might lose traction. Now, you should know how to recover from a skid and what to do if you encounter ice, and if you see ice on the road, try to avoid it or try to take the right precautions when you're driving to deal with it. Winter driving hazard number 4 is snow on the road. Just like ice, snow on the road causes very slippery conditions. But the difference is that when there's snow on the road, usually the road is covered with snow. With ice, you might have just little patches of ice that can take you by surprise. So if you see snow on the road, slow down, increase your following distance, drive with some extra precautions because the road is going to be very slippery. Winter driving hazard number 5, cold temperatures. Now, with regards to cold temperatures, obviously your car, your engine, and the materials that are involved in your car, like the rubber in your tires or the compound in your tires, is going to respond differently, and that's why it creates a more hazardous condition. But what people underestimate is this: we as human beings respond differently when we're cold. So when you first get into your car and you start it on a cold winter day, your hands will move much slower. You'll sort of be in a slower reaction mode because it's cold outside, and you're also going to be focusing on the fact that it's freezing cold in your car, and you're not going to be focusing as much on the road. So cold temperatures affect the car and the driver in a negative way, and that's why they are a winter driving hazard. Winter driving hazard number 6, snow on areas of the car that you can see through. So like I said, when people actually clean their cars on a snowy winter day, they clean the snow on the windshield, the windshields and the windows, okay? Now what happens is, first and foremost, sometimes people are in a rush and they just clean it very quickly and they don't do a great job, and it limits your visibility because you've only cleaned a certain area of your windshield, your windshields or your windows, and that limits your visibility. But what can also happen is that snow that you did not clean off of the roof of your car can go and proceed down the back windshield or on the windows or on the front windshield. So you want to make sure that you have the heat on your car and sort of the defrost mode, so it keeps all of the windshields and windows nice and warm. So if that snow does slide down onto them, you can quickly brush it off or it will melt away. Winter driving hazard number 7, battery failure. Now, with regards to car batteries, they perform much less effectively in the wintertime because it's cold, okay? That's why batteries will have a cold cranking amps rating on them, okay? So basically, you're at risk of turning your key and your car's not going to start because your battery is not ready to provide enough cranking power. So battery failure is a winter driving hazard. And last but not least, winter driving hazard number 8 is salt on the road. Now, salt on the road is absolutely fantastic at melting away the ice and keeping the roads nice and dry, but it is a winter driving hazard for your car because salt can eventually contribute to rust forming on your car. Now, the way to counteract this is to get rust proofing on your car, or simply make sure that you wash your car frequently to get rid of that salt and prevent any potential involvement in causing rust, okay? And with that being said, those are 8 winter driving hazards that you should be aware of that will allow for safer driving. If you're aware of them and you respond to them or react to them as early as possible or even in advance, then it's going to allow you to be a safer driver in the winter. If you like this video, be sure to give it a thumbs up. Let me know what you think down below as a comment. What are some other winter driving hazards? Let me know down below as a comment. And of course, be sure to subscribe for more great car and driving videos just like this one. And that's all I have for you today. Thanks for watching.